Hello.
Good
morning.
Good
You
morning.
can link to those on Ali Mortimer's personal page.
Good morning. I'm not going to lie, this is absolutely terrifying for me. This is absolutely me and you going to our next level edge is coming on my private profile page. I think, I have no problems going live in communities. I have no problems going live on Instagram, but live on my personal page where my father-in-law and my mother-in-law watch. Morning, Ivan.
Morning, Ivan.
It's definitely something a little bit new, but that's what our theme for this year is, isn't it? So it's like playing to win, bigger, better, bolder, braver.
Exactly. So we better explain for all your lovely friends and family why we are live on your personal page today, because this is actually something new for us for the Limitless CEO brand. So if you're joining us,
hello.
Hi, I'm Em. And I'm the online business strategist and visionary brand creator in the Limitless CEO duo. And obviously, you know this beautiful lady.
Because you're my profile page, I would hope that you know who I am. But in terms of the Limitless CEO, then I am all about the energetics and the mind master as part of our brand and what we bring to the table as the Limitless CEO, which was a brand that we only really launched towards the end of last year. It was the end of August, and it has been the most beautiful journey, with a roller coaster of a journey with ups and downs, but really quite fascinating. And this was something that we really wanted to do this year, and wasn't it? Especially with a lot of the women that we work with. And I know we both got the hit at the same time at the end of last week. And this kind of like thought that came through to me that endorses what we're doing is very much that my brand is me, my business is me, but I am not my brand and I'm not my business. There's so much more to me, and there's so much more to the women that we help in our world behind the brands. And it's actually the stories that led them to build their business and their brand that actually we really want to uncover.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, and that's what this is all about. So these sessions that we are hosting here on Wednesday morning, which we've called the Spotlight, this is about showcasing the women behind the brands. So this is the place where we're having conversations about success from women who have got bold brands and big dreams, and they're showing up, really unapologetically, authentically and powerfully in order to follow those dreams. And this is what we're here for. So we thought we would start with one of the most amazing women behind the brands that I know, of course. Yours truly, our co-founder, Ali, is in the spotlight today. And I have to tell you, because I know she's a little bit terrified about this, but what makes this more terrifying is I'm going to be asking the questions, and Ali is in the hot seat today, and she has got no idea what I'm about to ask her. She did sign up for this, by the way. She did say, Em, I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. And I think this goes back to one thing that we're really interested in this year is learning more and more about our human design. And Em has a line 1, which means she loves to have everything planned out and organized. And I'm not like that at all. So it was kind of, let's go with our human design and energy. Sorry, I've got Rocky trying to jump up. You plan it, I'll wing it. Planet wing it. Cool. Off we go, Em. Go on.
So I'm going to tell you how we're going to start this, as I'm in charge. I'm secretly quite enjoying this. Okay, so we've got a quick fire question round. Okay, so this is like, Ali, I just want your first instant answer. What comes to mind? So this is just quick questions for us to really get to know you. Who is the Ali Mortimer behind the Limitless CEO brand? And hopefully there'll be a few surprises for your friends and family here as well. Okay. So you've got Rocky there for some.
He's my mascot. He's my support.
Additional support. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready. Go.
Okay, quick fire round. Question number 1. What is your favorite place on earth away from home?
The mountains.
Specifically?
No specific, just in the mountains with lots of snow.
Okay, love that. If you could have a full 24 hours with one leading coach in the industry, who would it be?
Brené Brown.
Nice, love Brené. Okay, you're traveling back in time to any decade. Which would it be and why?
My 40s, this decade. I'm loving my 40s. I do it all again. It's been the hardest times, but it's also been the best of times. So I'll take 40s again.
Love that. Okay, so what 3 words would you most hope that people would describe you when you're not in the room?
Sparkly. Fun. Yeah. Vivacious.
Love that. Okay. Question number 5. Who are the women that have been your greatest inspiration in life?
My mum, my godmother, Oprah. You.
Aww. Love that. Okay, question number 6. Okay. What did you want to be when you grew up?
A teacher.
Teacher.
And a mum. A teacher and a mum. That's all I want to be. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. And what 3 things do you have to do every single morning before you start your working day?
Clean my teeth, stretch my body, because I am my father's daughter and I literally, I'm not very good. I'm really, really stiff. And the 3rd thing I always have to do is just say thank you. It's been a new practice, just like, oh, thank you for this new day. I think this last year has really endorsed that as well. Just thank you for being here.
Yeah, practicing gratitude. Amazing. Okay, tell me one thing that scares you.
Spiders. Snakes. Not spiders, snakes. It's Willie who's frightened of spiders. We had this conversation as we were sat in front of the telly. Snakes. Oh God, even the word snake makes my skin crawl. Couldn't, snakes, no, just no.
Okay. And okay, if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
You don't realize how strong you are.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Go for it. You don't realize how strong you are.
Yeah. So true. Which actress would play the leading lady in the movie of your life?
She's the she's from the English. Is it the English Patient? I want to say. She's a very British actress. She's in 4 Weddings and a Funeral. She's the dark-haired lady who's in love with Hugh Grant. What's her name?
The American in. I know who you mean. Somebody help us out here. What's the actress's name? I know who you mean.
I'll come back to you on that one, but I know exactly in my mind who she is.
Okay.
Can't remember her name. Stop it, get down. Rocky. There we go. That's who I would have.
Okay, I feel like this might be a list, but what are you currently reading?
The Midnight Thursday Club before I go to bed. I'm currently reading, please get down, Rocky. Just that's enough. Or maybe he's, sorry, I'm just going to get him back up. I'm also reading Secrets of the Millionaire Mind for about the 4th time. That's on audiobook. I'm also listening to The High Five Habit by Mel Robbins when I need something a little bit lighter. And I am reading Ask, and I think it's Ask and It's Given. It's one of the Esther Hicks books. So yeah, I've got quite a few on the go. One by the bed, one in the car, one on my phone.
I had a feeling there'd be a list. Okay. What are you most excited about right now?
Going skiing. Oh God, I can't wait. We're going skiing. Well, we haven't booked it yet, but we're planning it. I can't wait. I miss the mountains so much.
Amazing. What surprises people about you that they might not know? Hidden talent.
I don't think so. I think I'm really an open book. I think most people who would know me probably know everything. I'm not very good at keeping secrets. In fact, I don't keep secrets other than my clients' things, which I keep very, very private. I'm good at keeping those. But when it comes to myself, not very good.
Okay. Good answer. If you didn't have to sleep, what would you do with that extra time?
That's a hard question, Em. I have no idea. Because I love sleep, so I would probably say sleep. If I was given extra time, sleep. I would also read probably more. I love walking my dogs. I find so much inspiration being outside. Spend more time with my boys. Just go and snuggle. That probably if I couldn't sleep, get into their bed and sleep with them. Snuggle them.
Cuddles, love that. Okay. If you were writing a best-selling book, what would it be on?
Love.
And if you could put your life mantra on a t-shirt, what does it say?
Oh, well, it has to be our mantra. either bigger, better, bolder, braver for this year, or it would be freedom, happiness, wealth and power. Freedom, happiness, wealth and power. That's what will be on my t-shirt, other than étoile, which is star. Oh, Emma's watching. Kristen Scott Thomas. Yes, that's who I would have play me. Kristen Scott Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, Emma.
Okay, speaking about power, what is your go-to power anthem when you're trying to get into boss mode?
Oh, I was listening to that this morning when I was absolutely terrified on about this morning, and it was one that I found the other day, and I'm hopeless at singing, so I can't sing it, but it is it's not Salt and Pepper, but it's hang on a second, it will be on my Spotify account. Ask the next question, Em, and I'll tell you.
Okay, what would you love to be best known for in 10 years from
now? Sisterhood, creating the most incredible community of sisterhood. I think that's I'm really passionate about that, and I know we both are this year, is being known for helping women fall back in love with other women. I think there's, through my experience of corporate, through friendships, through relationships, there's this, I just want to change the way in which women see other women, the way that we work together, celebrating each other, cheering each other on, loving each other, supporting each other, no passive aggressive kind of love you, but I'm going to talk about you behind my back, which I've had happen to me. I want to create this sisterhood of women where we love on each other. And I think it all goes back to what I have with my best friend forever. We've known each other since we were 10 or 11, and we were both in the lacrosse team. And she and I were both right at the back. I was in goal, she played point, and we were often just sat there chatting to each other a lot, because our forward defense and our attackers were so good that the ball often didn't come to us. But when it did, I knew she had me and I had her. And it's kind of like that friendship and that bond and that knowing that we had each other's backs on the lacrosse field that has literally spanned 3 decades. Still now I've got her back, and I know she's got my back, no matter what. And I desire that for all women in all relationships. Just like I know, Em, you've got my back and I've got yours. No matter what, I support you, and I know you always support me. And I would love for other women to feel that way in their personal friendships and in their business relationships. So what do I want to be known for? I want to be known for that, helping women do and see that, feel that.
Okay, and one final quick fire question before we go into the deep dive. In just a few words, success to me is ...
Loving who I am, loving what I do, and loving what I do, loving who I'm doing it with, and loving who I am. That's always been my mantra for success. That is success to me. It's love, love, love.
Just okay. That you have passed the quick fire round with flying colours. Great answers. Okay, so just a little bit more like deep dive then. Questions here. The first question I have, like, I know that you've experienced a lot of traumas or struggles in your life. Do you feel like there was like a defining moment for you when you realized that things had to change and that you were really desiring a new way, like a new transformation?
I think there were two defining moments if I look back, and both I can say quite clearly because I remember exactly when they happened. The first one was on a Tuesday evening on a work night when my boys were about 2 and 4. And I'd just got home from work, I'd just finished supper, I'd sat down on the sofa next to James, and I got my BlackBerry out because I had a team in America at the time, and I got my BlackBerry out just to check everything was all right. And my amazing, very inspirational boss had sent me an email, and it transpired that she had cancer and she was going in for an operation. She wasn't going to be back, and she didn't want to talk about it. And I knew at the time she had a teenage daughter, and it was in that shock of that moment and in that grief that I felt for her, and also I think a bit of grief for me, because she was one of the most inspirational women I've ever worked for, taught me so much about coaching and listening and, you know, trusting, that I just thought, gosh, if that's me in 10 years time and I have to tell my sons that I've got cancer, I don't want to spend the next 10 years working here doing this on my BlackBerry, doing all of that kind of thing. I want to be there on the sidelines when my son goes to school. I want to be there all the time, having fun with them so that they can look back, and or even if I know that we've had the most amazing time together. So that was one defining moment that started to crystallize. And actually 6 months later, I'd actually walked out of that corporate role and started looking for other ways in order to not only feel challenged in my career and stimulated, but also to earn an income, but also that enabled me to be there for my kids, be there for my family, and for myself, really importantly. So that was one. The second one was very much, well, the exact date and time I will always be emblazoned on my heart, unfortunately, because it was the time that my heart broke. And you can look back at those moments, and I remember watching a video to help me through the period of time. It was Esther Perel. She was talking about infidelity and changing how we see infidelity. And in that, she talked about how 75% of all significant relationships or partnerships or marriages struggle with or come across infidelity at one point in time. And unfortunately, we were one of those statistics. And it was, some people could see that as a statistic, or they could see that as a really hard time and a challenge. It was a wake-up call. I like to see it as an opportunity, and it has been. I can look back now and I can see it as an opportunity for us to completely step out of the lives that we were in, perhaps that we'd created to please others, just fumbling along the way, just doing what we were meant to do without really any kind of significant attention or really asking whether it was what we wanted or not. And in that moment when my heart broke and when everything fell apart, it was an opportunity for us to rebuild something much bigger and much better. Yeah. And I can look back and say that now. So when I say that my 40s was my best decade, that all happened in my 40s, and it was the worst time, but it's also been the best of times, because we've created a life that has meant that it's so incredibly authentic to us and in a way that we love to live. And go back to my success mantra, it's doing what we love. We both do what we love to do. We love doing it with whom we love. So all of the people who we have in our life and choose to see are intentionally there. And I think one of the biggest eye-opening things is that actually now I love myself, and I don't mean that in a what's the word? And in an arrogant way. It's just I mean that I'm so in love with my life and everything that we stand for, that this feels good to be here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I can see that, like, the emotion in you talking about that, and I know that everybody here will appreciate the vulnerability of you answering that question, which is what this is all about, is the women behind the brand. Like this, sometimes the hard times are what make us and create the best times as well.
Yeah.
So you are an energetics master.
Yes.
In simple terms, like for the people here on your personal page that maybe, they've seen you in your Heal Yourself Happy brand, they've seen you through your corporate career. What does that mean for people that are new to this concept? What does that mean? What is energetics?
Well, I think everybody I know who teaches energetics, or who is an energetics master, or whatever you want to call, teaches it and understands it in a very, very different way. So my interpretation of energy is very much about the vibrational frequency with which we give out and with which we do things. And the energy with which we put into something can have a profound effect and a very, very different result on the end of it. And I know that we've often used the example to be sharing with people is like the energy that you put into your exercise. For example, you can go for a long marathon run and be plodding away, but you could also do 1 minute of burpees and do as many as you possibly can. And that is the difference in terms of energy. That fired up, quick fire energy will get your heart rate going way quicker than it will do doing a long marathon run. So it's the energy with which you do things. If you come to into whatever you're doing with the energy of love, go back to my mantra, if you love what you're doing, you're going to create a magnetism and an energy and a frequency that people cannot fail to want to come and join you with. Yeah. Whereas if you come into it as, oh my God, I hate this, people are like, oh, don't go over there, she's in a really foul mood, she doesn't want to be here.
Exactly. So the energy that you give out is what you then can align with other people's energy to attract and to magnetize together. So the way in which we do it in business is obviously really critical, because we give people strategies But then it's also, okay, who are you being whilst you're executing that strategy? Because you can give two strategies to two different people, and one's vibrating at high energy and one's at low energy. The strategy is going to succeed for one person and not for the other. So yeah, great
example of, you know, exactly why we started and started the Limitless CEO brand together. You had the most incredible strategic blueprint for building a business online, with which you've worked with lots of many women who've had some, you know, success. But I had wild success with it. What was the difference? The framework didn't stay the same, except that it was me, my energy, my vibe, my, you know, ultimate desire to make this want to work because I love it so much and wanted to reach and help so many more women is what created that success. And energy is really important. If we keep going, diving deeper into that, is what I have recognized is critical in the manifestation process. So if I might go all woo woo, and myself back on the sofa when I received that text message from my boss would say, what's manifestation? That's a whole load of crap. I ultimately believe in it, but your vibration is based on your feeling, how you are feeling. Your thoughts create a feeling, which generate an emotion. An emotion will dictate how you behave, and your behaviors then ultimately lead to the actions that you take, which create the results. So thoughts become things, says Mike Dooley. So it is that whole kind of process of your thoughts create that vibe, which then creates the action, which then creates what you attract back. So feelings are the most powerful and most critical thing that you can use when you are using manifestation to call in, to bring in what you desire into your world. And the way that I love to use manifestation is really getting very, very clear on what is it that you desire, because not many people know what they desire. And I've been in the case when I didn't know what I desired. But if you know what you desire, or even if you know how you want to feel. So in my darkest days when my heart broke, I didn't know what I wanted, but I knew how I wanted to feel, which wasn't this. I wanted to feel happy. So how could I get myself into that feeling and that vibration of happiness now? And if you can put yourself into that feeling, then that's when everything else around you starts. It's almost like cogs or pieces of a jigsaw puzzle that start to flip away and come back up, because it's responding to the energy with which you're in. So even if you desire a new car, it's not about manifesting and calling in the new car. It's about saying, well, what will a new car bring me? A new car will bring me a new sense of pride or excitement. You know, what is it that I'm going to be doing? Get yourself into the feeling state of having it now, and then it comes.
That's why I love this work.
I love this work. It's all magic. But you've got to keep believing it. And I don't think I was 10 years ago.
No, exactly. So my next question is, a lot of women, people out there will look at you and, you know, they'll see somebody that, you know, really has it all together and, you know, has a beautiful life, a very picture perfect life. But, you know, we're all a work in progress all the time. So what is the thing that you are still working on most for yourself? If you think about your own personal growth, is there something that you are really calling into your own mastery this year? What would that be?
Well, the thing that I'm learning most about at the moment, and I'm taking courses and the certification on, I know we both are, is that last year we were introduced to human design, which is huge over in America. It's what we've worked on with our coaches, and something that we have noticed has had an incredibly profound effect on our business, but also in our private lives and the way that we live and the way that we work. So this morning, I was in bed this morning learning more and more about my human design and the energy with, I suppose, my energy types, my energy auras, and how I can use all of my different chakras and energy points to come into the world in a way that feels good. So when you're not feeling good, you're often out of alignment with those desires and your energy points. So I'm working very much on learning more about that, firstly for myself, but I also know how profound it has been for some of the women who we've light touched on it in our world, and how much it's helping them. So I'm working on that to understand myself. So it's always a work in progress on myself. I'm always working on my mindset, because we're just human. So we do have, you say I've got it all together, not always, not on the weekend. You know, there are times when I'm still always having to work on myself, but I've learned through mindfulness and the practice of mindfulness that if you can let go of judgment and just show yourself compassion, it's a much easier way of moving through things rather than resisting it and fighting it.
Yeah. Amazing. Okay, so your definitions. Wealth is
richness of life. experience, travel, beauty, color, deliciousness. It's fullness. That's what wealth is to me.
Freedom is
lightness, liberation, free, just light. I think that's what free means to me, just feeling light.
Power. What does power mean to you?
Strength. Inner strength. I don't mean as in muscle strength, of which I clearly am very, very strong. But I lifted the dog into the car this week. That was
one of them was a big dog, to be fair.
Yeah. Strength from within. This whole idea of the analogy of the egg and the peach that we use is like that strength within, that core strength. Whatever you throw at me, whatever you say to me, whatever you do to me, I'm going to be okay because I'm strong. In inner strength. That's power.
Happiness is
silliness, fun, dancing, joy, love, all of that. Contentment. Happiness to me, I remember asking myself when I was in my dark place, and what is happiness? How does happiness feel to me? I remember just saying, happiness to me is the feeling of contentment, because I'm so grateful for everything that I am and everything that I have and all that is around me. But I've also got this element of absolute excitement for what's to come. And I feel so happy right now because I am so grateful. I'm so excited of everything that's coming this year.
Love that. Okay, final question then. How do you desire for the women who come into your world to feel?
That what I've just said, content, grateful, happy, but so wildly excited that they've got something ahead of them. You know, working with you and the work that we do together is very much about that. It's about giving women that vision of what they desire and the path to achieve it, giving them that so that they feel strong. That's what you gave me, this whole support of you can do it, you can have it, we can create it together. This is your vision and here's how you're going to get it. But also that whole feeling of, I'm so lucky, I'm so happy. You know, I get to have it all. I can see it all happening, but I'm also so happy right here, right now. And that's what I would love for women coming into our world to see is, wow, I want that. You inspire me. I want to do it that way. I mean, we stand for independent women doing everything in a wildly different way. And it's a wildly different way because it's your way, our way, their way, whoever's way, whatever way you want to do it. So that's what I want women to come in going, it's not so wildly out there that you can't have it. It's you can touch you. We're real, we're raw. We've got kids. We have sleepless nights. We have parents, grandparents, or, you know, lives, businesses, but we're still here living the most incredibly beautiful life in a wildly different way. How did I do? I feel like we just had one of our normal chats. I'm not even thinking about
that. Amazing. Yeah. No, thank you for being so vulnerable and raw and being able to answer those questions on the spot, because you genuinely did not know what I was going to ask you today. So it takes a lot of courage to do that. Bigger, braver, bolder, better is our mantra for this year. So I definitely think you've ticked all of those boxes.
So be back next week, and you're in the spotlight.
I'm in the spotlight. You can get your own back. But ladies, gentlemen, thank you for being here. I mean, if you've enjoyed this session, we would be really honored if you would share this video on your profiles as well, on your personal feeds, so that other gorgeous people in your world can also feel good today and feel inspired by the woman behind the brand, Ali. So if you do that, please do tag us for the Limitless CEO, so that we can personally thank you for doing that. And also, here's an invitation for you. If you would love to find out how you can put your business in the spotlight, if you're a woman doing incredible things with big dreams, a bold brand, and you would love to
come and be in the spotlight. If you want to share your story behind your brand, we'd love to put you in the spotlight, and we will be kind, we'll be nice to you. You don't have to do it the way I do it in terms of throw them at me. We can give you questions in advance. We're not going to be that cool.
So we're opening applications for that. So if that's something that interests you, please do send us an email, emma@forthelimitlessceo.com or ali@forthelimitlessceo.com, or just direct message us on Facebook. So, Ali Mortimer, you have been in the spotlight this morning. You've been spotlighted.
Very much. That wasn't as terrifying as I thought it was going to be. So there we go. Thank you very much. Thank you. And we're going to be back next week, you in the spotlight, and we're going to be doing it on your personal page next week. So if you don't follow Emma already, please go and follow she'll tag us, or I'll tag her in this video, so you can just go follow her, and we'll be back. I want to say 10:30 sharp next week, but given that I'm not particularly great at timekeeping, it'll be sometime around 10:30 next week, back here on Em's profile page. So thank you for being with us. Lots of love.